What is up, guys, and welcome back to GameBird Classic. With Switch 2 heavily rumored to be launching between this holiday and by the end of March of next year, we could be looking at what is potentially one of the best, if not the best, Nintendo launch years of all time. By the end of 2025, we could have our hands on a handful of phenomenal Nintendo games. That's what we'll be discussing today. As always, my friends, if you enjoy this video, hit that like button, helps the channel out. Don't forget to smash that subscription button and smash that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload more Nintendo content. But without further ado, let's dig right in. We are now on the cusp of a new Nintendo console, and with that comes all the hype for hardware and software, as well as a frenzy of rumors and fake leaks. It's both an exciting and chaotic time. And folks, I'm not saying that all these games are coming to Switch 2 year one. I'm just arguing that these are games that could potentially fall into Switch 2's launch year based on timing/development cycles. However, I personally feel this could easily be the best launch year for a new Nintendo console. Let me explain. There are several top-tier Nintendo studios who have been radio silent but clearly busy behind the scenes. A great example of this is Retro Studios and Metroid Prime 4, a game that I believe has a strong chance of being a launch title, or at the very least, a launch window title. Even though Metroid isn't a system seller, this title could be the perfect game to show off the new tech and new capabilities of Switch 2. This could even be the game that brings Metroid a sort of Breath of the Wild moment where they really innovate and bring in a more mainstream appeal. Another safe bet for Switch 2 year one, and a likely contender for the big launch game, is the next mainline 3D Mario. The main Mario team has been hard at work since the launch of Super Mario Odyssey, and with Nintendo's willingness to really innovate on their big IPs, I have a feeling that the next Mario is going to be a huge leap from what we've seen before. There's potential for a more seamless, open-world 3D platformer experience. One where you can see other kingdoms in the distance and underground pipelines leading to challenges and secret locations. I actually did a video on this, so definitely check it out. I'll have it linked in the description box below, but I think this would pair really well with Metroid Prime 4 at launch. This is a good contrast between the two games. Mario would be the big system seller, a lot more mainstream, and then Metroid would be the little bit more of a hardcore Nintendo audience game that really pushes the tech. Alright, I've got two words for you guys. Mario Kart. That's right, baby. If there is one thing Nintendo learned from the launch year of Switch, it's that having a great lineup is key to success. Nintendo understands this very, very well, and I guarantee you a strong launch lineup as well as launch year library is playing a key role on Switch 2's reveal and release date. When it comes to sales, Mario Kart is king. I'm willing to bet the development of the next Mario Kart game is well underway, probably having started before the DLC wrapped up for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Getting this title out year one for Switch 2 would be a surefire way to ensure a killer year for Nintendo's next console. There's also potential for a Zelda release for Switch 2's first year. Obviously, I am not talking about a mainline entry. That will be at least 5 years out from now. However, a remake, remaster, or even third-party collaboration like Hyrule Warriors or Cadence of Hyrule could happen. Potential remakes could involve the rumored Ocarina of Time remake, one that I feel would reach the hype of a new Zelda entry. There's also A Link to the Past, a game that some consider to be the best Zelda game of all time to this day. And don't forget the unpopular Zelda 2, easily the least exciting of the bunch, but at the same time, probably the one that could use a remake the most. Although, there is another Zelda remake or sequel I would love to see on Switch 2, and that would be Four Sword Adventures, an amazing multiplayer Zelda game that I believe would do so well on the Switch or Switch 2. Fingers crossed that a Four Sword Adventures game makes a triumphant return. And don't forget Grezzo, guys, the team responsible for Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask on the 3DS, as well as the fantastic Link's Awakening remake on the Nintendo Switch. That company has been radio silent. It would not be a huge surprise to find out that they are at the helm of a Zelda remake for Switch 2. So, we've talked Metroid, we've talked Mario, and we've talked Zelda, but now it's time to talk Pokemon. Next week we're getting a Pokemon Presents, and there's potential for an exciting Switch announcement. Maybe it's a new Let's Go game, or a remake similar to Diamond and Pearl, maybe Gold and Silver, Black or White, but when it comes to Switch 2, I could really see a new Legends game being revealed, not at the Pokemon Presents, but at a later time, for the first year of Switch 2. Pokemon Legends sold well and generated tons of hype. Unfortunately, Pokemon games have kind of fell short of fan expectations in recent entries. For good reason too. This will be an opportunity for Game Freak to deliver a Pokemon game that fans deserve on hardware that's much more capable. Of course, they need to earn the trust back with the new releases, but the opportunity is still there. We have discussed several incredible first-party possibilities. If any combination of these games arrive in Nintendo's launch year, or even just two of them, that is a huge deal. We haven't even mentioned third-party launch year games or third-party exclusives and indies. Right now, Switch is on its way to possibly becoming the best-selling console of all time. We don't yet know if it will dethrone PS2, but it's sure to be close. And we know that a strong lineup is a huge part of that. Third-party devs are not going to want to miss out on Nintendo's momentum. What are your thoughts and predictions on Switch 2 Year 1? Do you agree? Do you think this has potential to be the greatest Nintendo launch year ever? Or is that just wishful thinking? Sound off in the comment section below. I want to hear your thoughts, and as always, I'll catch you all on the next Game Bird Classic. Peace.